viewers.
Hello, viewers. How you going? Thanks for having me on your screens. I'm back. Shaving a haircut.
Yep. So you've made it to the end of another week. AngryAussie's made it to the end of another week to share with you. And look, we thought we'd share a few totally fucked up things from this week. Weekend edition. And look, on the local front of Australia, stuff we've talked about before, but just keeps being fucked. Like the unemployment office, Centrelink in Australia. Just a massive clusterfuck with sending out bills to people that they shouldn't have, making people wait on hold for days on end. And this week, just to be even nicer, they released the private details of someone who'd written an article criticising them, saying, look, see, they did have a debt.
And you know what? People who are on the Centrelink welfare system have for decades said that Centrelink will release all of your private details at the drop of a hat. There's a little form you've got to fill in if you want any money, and in one of the boxes it says, I understand that they're going to release my private details to entities that need it. And they don't say who, they just say entities that need it.
And apparently what needs it is if you embarrass them, they need to have your private information given out to journos in an attempt to discredit you. That's some big brother shit right there.
That's some need right there.
Yeah, we need to fuck you up. We need to silence our critics by trying to ruin their lives. I mean, this has got to come apart at some point. It's like, it's been fucked from top to bottom, but the current government is firmly of the belief, well, you can fuck over povos as much as you like.
As much as you want. You don't even have to wipe up.
No. Like when you've got your publicity rags, aka the Murdoch newspapers, just demonising the people that you're fucking over, you don't have to treat them decently because you've already established, they're less. They're less than everyone else.
They are less than everyone else. And what you should also do is sell off the social housing so that they appear in your cities.
Yeah, and the other thing where they're fucking over the people less, this is people who are actually working, trying to make a living, cutting back their penalty rates. I mentioned, and I noticed again, talking about their publicity rag, the Australian newspaper, the responsible conservative voice, ran with this article saying as few as more than 250,000 people will be fucked over by this. So what are you complaining about?
As few as 280 and change thousand people are going to be fucked over. And basically going as few as. Shit, I'd hate to see as much as.
Yes, when you say as few as, you're leaving the barn door wide open to as many as, infinity. So you can tell that's them using weasel words. And the biggest lie they can bring themselves to tell is, well, it might be as few as 250,000 people who are getting fucked over.
Oh, 250,000? That doesn't even show up in polls.
No, how is that a small number? That's 250,000 working people being fucked over for no good reason, and that's their version of good news. Well, as few as 250,000 people are having their life fucked over by us. What are you all complaining about? Why are you trying to make it such a big deal? These people are so out of touch and so disconnected. They genuinely don't get why this is a big deal to so many people. And I see that in the US, all around the world, but there was a funny one, much more lighthearted than this. Some of the conservatives in the Trump administration seem to be on the warpath about legalised marijuana.
That marijuana tablets. If you stick them in your bottom, you'll die.
So he's the Attorney General at the moment. By the time we upload this, he might not be. There's a death watch. He's definitely the second one of Trump's admin who's going. The Attorney General, I can't believe he's still hanging on, but he ain't hanging on for much longer. But he did this week talk about the demon marijuana.
Oh, with its fiery roots in hell, ladies and gentlemen.
He said, he's trying to say, oh look, we're not going after medicinal marijuana, but the states that have legalised recreational marijuana, we're going to go after them. He said, he warned us, if you let this go on, there'll be marijuana on every convenience store.
Oh, that sounds like a bloody good idea. I'd go. Hello, Barry. Here you go, mate. I need some milk, I need some bread, actually more bread, a few Mars bars, and a bag of your Acapulco Gold, please.
I think you're misreading the audience, Jeff Sessions. So, sure, there's a fringe, there's this hardcore 20-30% who believe your lies about marijuana is the devil.
Devil.
Reefer madness.
Devil, I was at a meeting where Lausanne spoke in tongues, and we interpreted that to mean that basically the marijuana is coming up from Mexico to kill your children.
And I love this. One of the things conservatives often do when they're trying to fuck things over is talk about states' rights. Like, they really want to make abortion illegal, but they go, oh, it's not us doing it, we think it should be states' rights. But as soon as there's something they don't like, legalize marijuana, states' rights don't exist. It's just the hypocrisy that gets me. If you were a bit more open, I disagree with you, but at least you would be being a bit honest. But the blatant hypocrisy shits me so much. But anyway, he's going to be gone soon. But the one who's not going to last much longer seems to be old Trumpo himself.
Trumpus little.
He tweets early in the morning his time that the evil Obama tapped his phone illegally.
Tapped his phone. He was so out after him at the end of his term. Having done all the promotional gear for Hillary, having finished and getting ready to move out, he was so desperate that he tapped Trump. Why was he doing that?
Well, see, this is because it became clear that people from Russia did hack the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, and they were trying to destabilize in Trump's favor as much as possible. But at the very least, there were some bad actors in Russia who did some illegal acts. So, and this was actually known that the Obama administration did get FISA, foreign surveillance orders to tap the phones of foreigners. So when Trump says, oh, Obama tapped my phone, no, what it means is someone's had a whisper in Trump's ear and gone, oh my fucking God, an insider in the NSA just told me they've got unbelievable amount of dirt on you because of these conversations with Russians. And so Trump's already trying to delegitimize some serious fucking criminal shit that's coming down the drain pipe.
It's always full of solids and messy.
I know, it's going to be very messy. My second favourite bit about it, my favourite bit is that it's happening. My second favourite bit is Trump saying like, oh, terrible scandal, illegal tapping of my phone. Oh, danger, Will Robinson. Half an hour later, he's tweeting about how much he fucking hates Arnold Schwarzenegger as his replacement on The Celebrity Apprentice.
I don't know about you, but if I just found out that I had my phone tapped in the lead up to an election, that'd pretty much take up my whole day.
Yeah, the idea that that could go out of your sphere of consciousness in half an hour, to the extent that the next most important thing you had to tweet about was reality TV, that is a weird version of reality that you live in.
Absolutely.
So, look, I'm not saying that we're spiteful or vindictive people, but
Except you
what?
are.
I am.
And
I'm saying,
have been known to troll.
yeah, we are going to enjoy so much the shit show that happens in the coming weeks and months, maybe years, but I actually don't think he'll last that long, as the wheels come off the whole Trump sideshow and more of them are shown to have dodgy dealings, have lied under oath, have, maybe gone all the way up into treason-y material. But the one thing I haven't seen people addressing, and this genuinely concerns me, is the real hardcore fringe Trump people who talk in violent language all the time about seizing back their country from the others. If, as seems incredibly likely, Trump's going to go bye-byes, whether he gets impeached or he does a Nixon and jumps ship before he gets impeached.
Who knows? I reckon he'll probably double down.
Yeah. But, see, the thing is, the Democrats can't impeach him because they don't have the numbers.
No.
Republicans have to get in on it. Republicans have to impeach him. If that happens, and this hardcore Trump crowd can genuinely say, our guy had it stolen by the establishment because it would be
By lizard people!
well, yes, establishment, lizard people, interchangeable. These are the same things. But they have some genuine grounds to say our guy who got elected according to the laws of the land then had that stolen away. What are they going to do? I mean, there's a sliding scale of what they could do, starting with nothing. Because they're all talk, and we've seen that in the past. But anyone who predicts that they know exactly what's going to happen, kind of full of shit as far as I'm concerned. Because it's way too volatile. There's way too many unknowns. So we're staring down the barrel of anything from nothing and just going back to business as usual to these extremists following up on what they actually say and getting into violent armed insurrection because they believe they're under attack. So isn't that something fun to look forward to?
Hell yes.
Let's buy a fiddle. We'll do a Nero and fiddle while the fucking world burns. But we'll join you and we'll see you again soon for the next installment.
And that's the story.